Hello, gentlemen. Welcome back to my next Hearts of Iron 2 playthrough. Um, yeah, these playthroughs have been getting more attention than almost any other series that I've put up, so I guess if you guys love them, I'm just gonna keep doing them. So I've decided to do the United Kingdom. As you guys are well aware, when I am playing as a country, things rarely go the way that they're historically intended. So um, let let's kill Hitler. Maybe. That depends on if Hitler makes himself armaments minister or army general or something like that. So, as you guys are well aware, my first job is typically to dismantle my navy because yeah, a tier 2 ship is it's horribly obsolete. So, upgrades are mainly to upgrade our bolt action weapons from the Great War into um, basically newer status, but we're going to look at our naval doctrines. Um, tisk, tisk, tisk. Battleships, Britain. Battleships. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Okay. Britain favors the fleet in being doctrine. The fleet in being doctrine focuses on this one, which focuses on defending her convoys. It focuses on destroyer warfare, battleship warfare. Basically, it focuses on things that use guns. It focuses mainly on battleships, cruisers, destroyers, mainly that sort of thing. What was Britain's typical, naval doctrine, basically gunships. This is actually the American and the Japanese tree, but it is statistically the best late game tree. As you can see, it goes into Massive Strike, Floating Fortress, which is obviously battleships, cruisers, gunships. Then it goes into carrier aviation, carriers, destroyers, anti-submarine warfare. So the base strike gives, in in my opinion, it's the best one, and also statistically, it's the best one. Now, as we know from World War One, the British were terrible at trench warfare. Um, that might not be true, but I do believe that statistically they suffered the highest casualties, or they didn't suffer the highest casualties, but they were more accepting of having higher casualties. So we're going to pull a fast one. We're going to completely abandon firepower focus, and we're going to create the British Blitzkrieg because we can. Alan Brooke, I don't. Actually, Enfield Arsenal, make me mobility focused because they have training, and this requires a lot of training slots. So, if this green is highlighted, it's skill 7. It basically represents like skill 14. So they're really good at training. So that's what we actually need. Motorized recon, infiltration, shock tactics, non commissioned officer responsibility, and maneuver doctrine. Basically, turn things over to the sergeants. Basically. We're going to abandon strategic bombing. Instead, we're going to focus on Britain's bread and butter, the fighters, the Spitfires. We're going to be building Spitfires. So let's go right here. The Supermarine Spitfire Mark 1, the Supermarine Spitfire Mark 19, and the advanced ones are the Supermarine Spitfire, I believe that's Mark 14. 14? Yeah. And then the turbojet is the Gloucester Meteor Mark III, the Gloucester Meteor F.8, and the Gloucester Javelin. Although the game shouldn't actually go that far, but that is what we're going to be using to fight these Nazi dogs. Okay, we're gonna give that to Supermarine because they're exceptional when it comes to making fighters, as we're well aware. Okay, the British start with very good industry. Obviously, they start with decent agriculture, good synthetic oil, some nuclear research, and so we're going to give this to the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. Okay, we are going to build light tanks, obviously, because we're doing the British Blitzkrieg. For some reason, that is a picture of... I believe that's a Churchill. Maybe a... My tanks are terrible. Leyland. I believe that's a Churchill. Maybe it's... It doesn't look like a Matilda to me. I don't think the Comet, and it certainly doesn't look like a Crusader. Personally, I think I'm... Okay, but here comes the real shocker. We need more money. Okay, let's get some money. Okay. Let's go on some really quick speed here. Oh, I forgot. Britain has mainly a dove lobby. You know, after World War I, they didn't want any part in any kind of war. They didn't want it. So we need to bring ourselves more towards hawk lobby, because we know that the Nazis are up to some evil shit. Okay, we're gonna leave. Let's see here. We're gonna put good old William here, Sir John Simon. We'll give this to Stanley Baldwin, because he gives us manpower growth and foreign manpower use. Okay. Neville Chamberlain. Yeah, we can leave good old Neville Chamberlain there. Chief of the Navy. We don't have any additional Chiefs of the Navy we can make. Chief of the Air Force. See, strategic bombers. That's Sir Hugh Dowding. Let's put him in charge, because he gives us bonuses to our offensive and defensive fighters, as well as lets us build cheaper fighter construction. He also gives us interceptor, offensive, defensive, and also anti-aircraft brigade, but he makes strategic bombers and naval bombers more expensive to produce. So, now you're like, well, what else is on the menu, obviously? Well, what else is on the menu? Infantry. So, let's go. We have a little bit of dissent here because we switched our leaders around. That's not really going to be too much of a problem. Now we can liberate Brunei, Egypt, Jordan, Sarawak. Oh, King George V just died. That's unfortunate. Minister George V is no longer available. The current head of state is Edward VIII. It's right here. Oh, what a twat. Consumer goods needs -5. Our industry is -10. -10 industry percentage, but our dissent growth rate is -10, so... you make it... Oh, God, Stanley Baldwin. Oh, my God, this guy's shafting us, too. This guy has the same description as Stalin. So basically, our current military, or our current head of state and our current head of government are terrible, terrible people. Long story short. Okay. So we need to rectify that ASAP. Gearing up for war. Germany just made the action that I did in my Germany campaign by moving troops to these front provinces. They give us a bonus to our industry. It's a 10% bonus. Britain actually suffers a peacetime effect because they are one of the allied powers. France suffers a 50% industry cap during peacetime. Britain suffers 50% cap during peacetime. And America suffers a 75% industry cap during peacetime. So the allied nations cannot exploit full industry during a peacetime economy. So yeah, Italy just annexed Ethiopia, as is one of their colonies in World War II. So what's his name? Haile Selassie something. He just got annexed. Germany has sent a spy to the United Kingdom. Italy sent a spy to the United Kingdom. Why am I not surprised? Like, literally, why am I not surprised? Okay. So we are stockpiling rubber resources. Um, that's very, very good that we're stockpiling that. Let's just go over our colonies here really quick. Africa, I'm not going over Africa. Africa is trash, and they give us absolutely nothing. Egypt is the only exception, which I believe Egypt gives us, I believe they give us some very, very minor, um, infantry points, like some very tiny amounts of manpower, and well, Africa gives us very tiny amounts of manpower. However, Egypt gives us, I think, it's 5 industry total. So losing all of Africa, I will not cry over. Um, I'm not just gonna straight out liberate them because that gives me public dissent because of the British colonial mentality. Singapore, however, is extremely valuable. They give me nine rubber per province, so it's 9. Singapore is 10. So this gives me a collective, what does that come out to? 46 rubber, which is extremely valuable, and it's a very high priority target for the Japanese. Um, Gonna sneeze. Oh god. Oh gosh. Okay. So basically, Borneo here gives me three rubber, 4 oil from there. It's not too much. India is mainly our manpower heaven. Like, India gives you so much manpower. However, it is very, very conditional in this game. See the manpower numbers. Like, how do I want to describe it? All right, if we go to war, anything that is not connected to our capital, i.e., London, doesn't give us manpower, which is why Japan really has it hard. Like, they get, I think it's like a .6 or something in industry or infantry per day. So yeah, they've got it really, really, really hard. Okay, we've successfully researched the mobility doctrine. Land doctrine. Let's go with the mechanized spearhead because we're going to be doing some amazing things. Hugh Dowding. I think you're an air general, or you're an air marshal. I'm not 100% what he was, but basically I'm going to be giving all of my. Well, no, fuck that. I'm not going to give him hardly anything. But all right, let's. Ooh, a great military parade held in the capital. Stockpile reduced by 100% of our daily max income. National descent reduced by 5. Irrelevant. So basically, we had a great military parade for nothing. Okay. We're deploying the Welsh division, the East Landshire, the Northumbrians, the 18th Infantry Division, the 15th Scottish Division, 12th Eastern, 6th Infantry, the 9th Highland, and the 4th Infantry. The game developers actually programmed a very large number of, yeah, fuck it, Monty. Alright, let's give it to a Monty. Alright. So the developers actually coded in a very large number of like real to a life infantry brigades. Like, they put the British Army HQ in here. I have no idea why it's in Bristol. I think it should be in London. But as far as battleships goes, we have the Home Fleet, which is HMS Furious, Nelson Rodney, Sovereign, Royal Oak, Resolution. Yeah. Whoopsie. I'm crazy. What am I doing? I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to rebuild the fleet 100%. So, I'll see you guys back on the battlefield.